Is it possible to learn at least something through a public tarot spread on the eve of Halloween? About the coolest educational institutions, where perhaps none of us will study in this life. The depth of the topic plunges into the corridors of the most mysterious and reveals its secrets to the most unbearable souls. Who, if not us, should reveal the secrets behind the age-old walls? Because graduates are excessively serious people, they will not talk about cracks in the floors or ceilings, or fluffy spiders under the stairs in the classroom. The general motto of the presented institutions is lazily, thoughtfully reliable. We begin the broadcast, a review from Oxford. The main unforeseen chords, the risk of losing worldliness, competition, awkward moments, fatigue. Indeed, it is through horror and competition that the mysterious learns. People in the institution are forced to sleep awake, not to notice something, as if everywhere is a dream. Although the price of access to education adds balance, everywhere, eyes are closed, knowledge is grasped. Someone is afraid to open their mouths. Perhaps the teachers themselves do not say everything at once. They miss something that remains behind the walls of the educational process. The expanses of scientific amazement are impossible to grasp, and there the sun is already rising, or it may be setting. Then the undoubtedly tired turn away from the influence of the past. The pressure increases, but no one is a thief to themselves or others, while the previous day is similar to the past. The loss of strength only increases. Teachers amazingly tear the granite of science and pass the pieces into the air. To the attentive listeners of their fate, their dream, students grab and hold firmly in their minds paragraphs, algorithms, multi-tiered digital columns. So as not to forget all this on the exam or in the future, they think about their studies day and night. They sort out tasks. They remember the sequences of solutions. Everything is according to the rules of the universe. The rector maintains a balance between past times. He did not exist then, and the modern rhythms unfolding before him. Keeps himself and the institution afloat, like the brightest gift of the sun on earth. Looking above him without horror, without desolation, he keeps his distance from everything that can distract him from what was prescribed long before him, and he only weighed the ugliness. Students and teachers are like in the same suitcase forever, because learning seems like an eternity that they don't know and they are not interested in. What doesn't reach them due to the rarity of what is permissible until graduation. It is difficult for them to realize something simple from reality. But this is not the most important thing from their graduation course. All of them are held by a quantum leap into the field of study for a long time. They are all like looking in a mirror in that field from which there is no liberation. Harvard, the main non-obvious chords, the risk of melancholy influence, contradictory relations with temptations, is distinguished by openness of feelings, the pleasure of staying within the walls until graduation, inspired by a cozy atmosphere with a moderate overlap of attention, to attractive moments of the appearance of teachers or a partner in heartbeat. Everything that shines can be a distraction, but temporarily, without interfering with the process of comprehension or immersion in the stream of immovable pearls of science. A harmonious, touching atmosphere is felt. A student is not averse to playing the lottery somewhere, having fun with dubious benefit for himself. He is not afraid to risk acquaintances to implement youthful dreams. An adult in age in the process feels younger because of the memories of his youthful years, which passed without unnecessary prefaces. Student years are colored by attractive events, in addition to studies, where they tell stories, have a picnic by the lake in the forest or park, imbued with musical harmonious moments of the weekend. The educational process is easily outlined by a fast rhythm, carelessly keeping up with the expressions and explanations of new lecture material. Status touches to the kidneys. It may not be enough to restrain some desires based on exclusivity. For example, to watch a movie again or inappropriately go to the zoo to take pictures with rare animals. In a silk shirt, temporary reboots affect the weekly routine or destroy the action plan. Emotional swings interfere with events at an untimely time. The immaturity of emotions prevents stable movement in the learning system. You want to absorb, but the awkwardness of the audience keeps the cognitive experience incomplete. If the city offers entertainment events, then the aura of entertainment weakens the student dust only before lectures, strengthens the call for entertainment. Trying in this way to renew your strength for learning. Alcohol can interfere and become an inevitable temptation, but there will always be notes of resistance if you adhere to the most important thing in the sense of learning. The call is so simple. A student should not be interested in hot drinks, dancing in bars, or looking at new dresses of fellow students in the walls of the auditorium. Do not draw in class. Do not write poems. The dining room is not an excuse to eat food while daydreaming or watching football on the phone. The neighbors do not finish their meals either. It is better to cook longer, soak in brine for a long time, and not rush to eat for reasons of avoiding exaggeration of imperceptible, excessive consumption of salty, sweet, fatty foods. Indifference in the morning should be overcome with physical exercises, which prevents melancholy. A run at dawn awakens and balances, stimulates the brain and mood. Water is the best drink. It moisturizes, rejuvenates, inspires, stimulates to overcome a crisis, or contributes to the study of new technological developments. And robotics is already endowed with sensitivity through artificial skin, which allows you to feel touch and pain. Cambridge, Courts of Hope, maturity and decisive maturity will lead through unforeseen structures, covers with sensuality, encourages to dream of great unsurpassed opportunities in the status of a student, shares the development of society in transforming the transfer of knowledge into a scientific brilliant favorite of success, where the victory of students is seen as a social award. Society seems to have students for further scientific tests, weaving their experience with the expectation of innovations. Each entry of an applicant opens the personality in an unusually new way, transforming it into the achievement of future technological development. Starting with the brain of the transformation from an applicant to a student, the institution takes care of the balance of the transforming process. In the middle of the day or night, enrolled scientists remain included in development programs through a mental quantum leap into the depths of scientific space, which seems to enrich not only spiritually, but also physically, giving the opportunity to raise their abilities to a new superior level. The psychological distance of achievements and tests is reduced with each new stream of recruits, who take their step into the uncomfortable depths of other people's research to implement their decisions and conclusions. The open soul of students breaks magical boundaries, learning new things for the sake of peaceful introduction of science into the experience of enterprises, buildings of human creative inspiration, fundamentally medical enlightenment, or technological space. Space research will have an advantage for those interested in this field. Those who will study will receive a preferential course of cosmic understanding, an approximate understanding of cosmos structures, interplanetary interactions. A brilliant biochemical composition will fascinate. Doubts may prevail regarding the usefulness of the entrusted scientific exercises. Uncertainty may grow with the wrong experience of testing the learned rules. Deepening becomes an exciting event, which as if allows not to be distracted by real physical tests or inconveniences. Memory allows you to grow as a person. The process of memorization captivates, gives character confidence. Achievements begin with personal deep systems of the ability to analyze, test strength and determination to acquire and retain scientific matter. Stanford, the main chords of maturity, law and truth at the top of the breath, gives the most decisive creative nature of action, an unrestrained pulsating bass of justice. Supposedly, The rules were born before a person who holds decisive intentions against proven inequality. The graduate will insist on the suspicion of a crime, algorithm, or event. Persecution, where trust is lost. All rules must be followed by beacons. Any scientific knowledge will be equal to verified algorithms. Verifications, persecution, evidence. This is what obtaining scientific acquisition is based on. Non-trivial research will take too much time until the obvious is perceived. Without fear of constructiveness, the process of developing a specialist is built mainly on algorithms, a system of prehistoric advantages. The formation of a sense of rules penetrates the brain as a basis for various cases. A person experiences the knowledge of sciences according to the rules of ancient antiquity, and is fascinated by the chronology of past centuries, draws and experiences the values of the past. Objectivity of judgment gives a balanced character of moral choice in relation to everything. An analytical approach with a share of suspicion and a desire to investigate. Because the time of truth is not far off, education inspires, balances, fascinatingly perfects the personality. Field of justice. A specialist will want to check and investigate the obvious. The future of such a graduate is reliable, long-term, deepened by experience.